I grew up in a small village in Tanzania called Buganjo. Where I grew up, there were not many opportunities for studying. Actually, in the entire school district, there were no people with college degree. And when individuals finish with elementary school, there were no jobs. People dive into farming. And I thought that wasn't enough for me. I thought there could be something better than just finishing elementary school and then you get into farming. And at that age of 12, and I thought to myself, this is not for me, I need to move out. And I took a leap of faith to get out of the country from Tanzania to go to Kenya. At the time where I was thinking about going to college to get my undergraduate degree, it wasn't possible, not because I could not make it because of my grade, but because of ability to be able to pay. So my circumstances were difficult, and I thought to myself, what am I going to do? Do I just go back to Tanzania and get into farming like all other kids? So I decided to apply to one institution called Daystar University. And I didn't know where money was going to come from because I did not have scholarship, and I only had $100 in my pocket, just $100. So I decided to pay that money as a deposit during my application. I was granted admission, I walked on campus, and I started living on campus. I was scared inside as I walked on campus, knowing I could be thrown out anytime, knowing that I'm living on campus but I don't have the money. So I thought to myself, what do I do? That was on week 1. We have done the orientation, but the question is, what next? I still live in the dorm. Always my heart is, I'm not myself every time, even when I engage in a conversation, because I don't have a means to pay for my way in this university. So I knew that the dean may not help me even if I say my story. I knew that nobody would help me even if I tell my story. My dad back in Tanzania already retired, and there was not much support that was going to come to him to be able to help me out. So I decided that I'm going to talk to the president of the university, and talking to the president will probably help me out to be able to find my way. Finally, I got accepted, and I was able to go see the president. All I explained was, I don't have the money to pay my way, but I don't want a free ride. I want to be able to work on campus for me to be able to pay my way. I was lucky enough that they were able to listen to my story. The financial aid office was called, and the president was there, and the dean was there, and they were able to listen to my story. And I was able to get some help. The help I got is what I requested. I said I didn't want a free ride, but at least give me some work to do on campus so that I can pay my way. So I became a janitor on campus, be able to clean classrooms, and I was able to work in the library. As I was doing that, that is how I was able to pay my way for undergraduate and finish. When I came to the United States to pursue my master's program, it was the same story. On campus, on arrival, on a December, it is snowing. I didn't know what I was going to do to pay because it was on December and the classes begin in January, and I didn't have the money to pay in January either. So the first job I got was being a janitor, where at night I would check in around 10 at night, check out 6 in the morning. Daytime, I would work in the dining hall for serving breakfast, and then lunch, and then dinner. And then sleeping time was very small, because I would sleep 6 in the morning when I got off work, knowing 8 in the morning I have to get back to the dining to serve breakfast in the morning. So that was one job, or that was serving the dining was one job, being a janitor at night, and then I work in the gallery museum, where I would do that on weekend, Saturday. On Sunday, I would work in the library. It's because I didn't have the money. So I went to minority office. I was told, you don't look like, you look like a minority, but you are not from here. You are from international. So you may seek assistance from international office. International office expectation is, if you come from outside the country, you should have the money to pay your way up to the point you graduate. But I didn't have that money either. So every single dime I got went toward my tuition, and that helped pay my way to the point that I was able to finish my master's without owing anything.